We don't speculate about what's going to happen. We know what's happened in the rear view to the former U.S. attorney who said there was insufficient evidence to bring this case. And there's a perfectly good reason for her peers and colleagues to be worried about her future. I will remind you that in the Southern District, you mentioned Danielle Sassoon, the former U.S. attorney, a Republican, a Federalist Society member, chosen specifically for that acting position when Trump first got into office because she was believed to be somebody so-called on the team. And, you know, there are a lot of people who are in the Justice Department leadership right now, political appointees, who are trying to avoid the bloodbath that followed Danielle Sassoon resigning rather than dismiss the charges, the corruption charges against Mayor Eric Adams in New York. And one after another, a bulldozer came for those individuals, and they resigned rather than give Trump what he wanted.
Mary McCord, your reaction to Carol and Ken's reporting?
Well, you know, I mean, I can't say it's a surprise given everything, the trajectory we've been on for so long. And like Carol, I can name additional sort of fallout from what's been happening. My old office, the U.S. Attorney's Office in D.C., the criminal chief there had to resign when she was asked to do something that she simply couldn't do. And she was basically told she would be removed or she would resign, and she resigned. So this is happening all over. I think it really reflects I think well on the career prosecutors in U.S. attorneys' offices across the country, and some of them who were political appointees. Now, I will note people like Eric Seibert and Danielle Sassoon, who were then holding these political positions. They had been career prosecutors, right? Who they grew up with the ethos of you do not misuse your powers. You follow the facts and the law where they lead. If you think you have a prosecutable case and it has a strong federal interest and you can meet your burden, not just by probable cause in the grand jury, but beyond the reasonable doubt when you get to trial, you have the admissible evidence to meet that burden, then you go forward. And if you don't, you do not. And so I think you made a good point, Nicolle, when you said some of the people who stayed, like a lot of people left already, right? And some who stayed obviously could stay through a certain amount of things that they might not have been that comfortable with, but they all have a red line. And I applaud the prosecutors are saying, this is my red line, and I am not going to go in and seek an indictment when I know the evidence is insufficient. It's not just that they know the evidence is insufficient. It could well be, at least based on Carol and Ken's amazing reporting about the investigation of Tish James, that they actually, it's not just insufficient, like they probably don't think that she did anything wrong because the evidence is so weak there.